Good evening and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Wyatt Goolsby in for Lauren Ashburn. A Catholic group says it's troubled by President Trump's proposed budget cuts. Catholic Relief Services says the reduction of foreign aid would have devastating effects, but some Republicans say the cuts may be an act of justice to slash the national debt. Capitol Hill correspondent Jason Calvi reports tonight. Jason?
Wyatt, the Trump proposal cuts billions of dollars from diplomacy and foreign aid. This is just the first look at the president's goals. It's Congress which has the power of the purse and must debate, write, and then pass the actual budget.
President Trump's budget would slash $17 billion from the State Department and the U.S. Agency for International Development.
Presidents tend to lay out their budget in the starkest terms.
Catholic Relief Services Vice President Bill O'Keefe condemns the proposed cuts. The federal government gave his charity $262 million in 2015 to help people around the world. He says any cuts to foreign aid jeopardizes U.S. security, creating a vacuum in fragile states that can be exploited by our nation's enemies, leading to the need for much more costly in money and lives military intervention. But Catholic Congressman Jeff Fortenberry says it's a matter of justice to cut our national debt.
Long-term structural debt is a tax increase, and it hits the poor and those who are on fixed incomes, seniors, the hardest because it's potentially inflationary. We also sell a lot of this debt overseas, which creates foreign policy entanglements, and it's unjust in the sense that we're paying for the way in which we live now by pushing it off to children and grandchildren.
A thought shared by Congressman Warren Davidson.
It's not compassionate to bankrupt our country. And really, when you look at the budget that's proposed, we're really only talking about a third of what our government's going to spend next year. It's the discretionary budget. The other part is mandatory or automatic spending. And that autopilot path we're on is a path to bankrupt our country.
Still, Democrats slam the budget.
It throws billions of dollars at defense while ransacking America's investment in jobs, education, innovation, clean energy, and life-saving medical research. It will leave our nation weakened.
O'Keefe says we must not balance the budget on the backs of the poor. He says cutting foreign aid doesn't even make a dent in the deficit. Wyatt?
Jason, you've been talking to a number of Republicans today. Do they all support the president's proposal?
Not exactly. Oklahoma Representative Steve Russell tells me he was worried about a proposal to privatize air traffic control. And Oklahoma Representative Tom Cole tells me he doesn't like the cuts to the National Institutes of Health.
Capitol Hill correspondent Jason Calvi reporting. Thanks, Jason.